My dad.
Your dad needs nothing.
All my ex-boyfriends are friends of mine. They'll pay my bill. They have jobs.
At first glance, this looks like a simple unpaid tab call. Now watch the pattern, not the words. In the first minute, she's already stacking excuses, dropping authority references, and avoiding one clean answer about how the bill gets paid. That's the red flag, when somebody keeps shifting from my boyfriend, to my dad, to my phone. Two Facebook friends, officers start reading instability and delay tactics, not a real payment plan. Look at the officer's posture too. He stays conversational, but he keeps pressing one issue, payment right now. That tells you he already sees this as a fraud complaint, not a customer service problem.
Oh, awesome. We're on. Good. Did we get this figured out?
No.
Okay.
I need my boyfriend to pay my bill. And what happened was my phone doesn't have Wi-Fi in there.
Let's take this outside.
Sorry.
Yes.
My dad did 44 years in the NYPD.
Okay.
You can call him.
That doesn't matter.
It does matter. I had money in my account and now
Talk to
I
him.
don't.
He's in charge here.
Okay, I had money in my account and now I don't.
Okay.
This happens to me all the time. My car broke down. You're like, you can see it.
Well, you need to pay your bill.
I know. I'm gonna make money if I have my phone to make money.
Well, you need to pay your bill now.
Okay, you have to take me to jail.
Okay. So you're not going to pay your bill?
No, I'm gonna pay my bill if I have my phone. I
Are
can't
you going to pay your
find
bill right now?
it. I'm gonna try.
Where's your phone?
In the bar. Probably in my bag, or sometimes it vanishes because God just does that shit to me.
I'm confused. How are you going to pay your bill with your phone?
I'm gonna ask people on Facebook to pay my bill. Morgan Wallen. He does do that.
We're not going to sit here and do that.
Well, Perea, we can.
Wait out here for you. Do you have a driver's license?
Yes, I do.
Where's that?
In there.
Alright. So,
I had money in my account.
are we going to pay the bill today?
I want to.
Not with asking Morgan Wallen. To pay the bill for you.
Okay. My dad.
Your dad means nothing to me. To be completely honest, he means nothing.
I know, NYPD cops hate you guys too.
That's fine. It doesn't matter that he's NYPD or not. Your dad is not anywhere.
My mom can pay my bill. I went to her house to try to get it.
Okay, is your mom willing to come here and pay your bill right now?
Yes, if you call her.
Okay.
If you call her, she's not going to believe.
Listen, this is where the behavior starts mattering more than the excuse. She's not just saying she's broke, she's cycling through rescuers, boyfriend, mom, ex-boyfriend, even Facebook. That kind of scattered problem solving can read like panic, intoxication, mental distress, manipulation, or some mix of all three. Educational fact. Inconsistent explanations do not automatically prove guilt, but they absolutely affect credibility during an investigation, and credibility matters, because once officers believe there was never a realistic intent to pay, a civil dispute starts looking like a criminal one.
Believe me. She thinks I'm a psycho. She's stealing my kids from me. We can trauma bond all day long, but we're not going to do that.
Okay. Is this your vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Are you a registered owner of the vehicle?
Yes, I am.
You don't have anything inside this vehicle to pay your bill.
No, I have $7 on it to pay my bill.
Papa 3015 St. John's.
Ask my ex-boyfriend to come and pay it for me. He will do that, but I need a phone to
65
do
1028
that.
Florida. Okay. What's your bill?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry?
I can print it.
Cool. She's sitting here trying to come up with all this stuff about how she wants to try to get them money. So we don't have to.
Yeah.
She didn't have a car in the tree.
Well, she walked here. Like, she walked in here with no car, and then she drove off in that maroon car. So someone had to have dropped, like, I was like, either she's a magician, she's a movie star that's just trying to cause trouble for PR. Like, I don't know what, I just can't read it all, and I'm like, I gotta.
Larry will pay my bill.
Larry? Who's Larry?
Larry, my ex-boyfriend. All my ex-boyfriends are friends of mine. They'll pay my bill. They have jobs. But I need my phone to work, to call them, and my phone is dead. I can go to my house and charge it.
Do you guys want to press charges?
She can't pay her bill yet.
I can walk there and leave my car here and my bag here.
Okay. You leave your bag here? You stay here often? Or
I'm a spotter.
Okay. All right. Where is your residence right now?
Right there, 130.
Which car did you come here?
In the red car.
Just gonna use it. Perfect. Thank you. And you said you're not gonna pay this?
No, I am gonna.
This right here is the procedure moment people miss. The officer asks again in plain language whether she's going to pay. Why? Because officers like to lock in the final answer before they make the custody move. That's not random, that's evidence control. He's giving her one more chance to resolve it, one more clear statement for the report. Then the tone changes immediately. Hands behind the back, no grabbing the bag, no taking the pizza, no more negotiating. That's the tactical shift from voluntary conversation to custodial control.
Pay it tomorrow.
Okay, well that's not gonna help me. Alright. Come on, give me his money back.
Really?
Yeah.
Like one call in prison?
You do. You're going to jail right now for defrauding an innkeeper.
I did it for fun. What the?
You're failing to pay your bill.
I'm not failing to pay my bill. I need my bag so I can make some phone calls. And my pizza and my meal.
No, you're not taking that. They don't take food in jail.
Oh, I need to have Brendan look, right?
$27.29 I heard. You already did.
Now I'm not going to get my kids
26,
back.
thank you. Thank you. Oh, that would have been bad. Do you have anything on you that's going to go into the
Yes, I
jail?
have a knife.
St. John's. Okay.
I should get my bag so I can call my dad. If he can pay my bill.
Oh, yeah. She's going to be 10-15 from state.
Or my mom. I'm not a defrauder. This shit happens to me all the time. All your friends know me.
So you said you have a knife up your...
Yes, I do. You want to come get it?
Look, this is the danger zone. The second a detainee mentions a hidden weapon, even as a joke, officers can't treat it like a joke anymore. Everything slows down because now the question is no longer just fraud, it's search safety. That's why you hear them request a female deputy and clarify what's actually on her body. Split second. Decisions matter here. Move too fast. Somebody gets hurt. Move too loose, you miss a real weapon. This is what viewers miss about bodycam footage. Custody is one phase, but safe custody is a whole different skill set.
No.
I didn't think so, asshole.
Okay.
Doesn't work all day. Thanks. So you know.
Appreciate it. Holy cow.
Yeah, sophomore Brody for that.
No, well, there's a bunch in here. Did she buy that one from you guys?
Well, yes, she bought
Well,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then she brought these?
Yeah, those were in there. No bag. Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha.
Thanks, Austin.
Yeah, not a problem, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Want to come back?
I appreciate you.
No, for real.
Cool.
Thank you.
We were just, as we pulled up, where he said he's in training. He said, "Have you been here?" I said, "No, not yet. I need to come check it out."
Well,
So-
if you guys have a break a little bit later, your pizza's on me. Okay.
Cool. Papa 26-3 St. John's. Okay. Is there a female deputy that can be 51 to us by chance? She's saying she has a signal 0 in a inappropriate place. She's on this side. Her name is Danielle.
Hi, Danielle.
Hi, how are you?
Shitty day. Oh, you look so pretty.
Thank you. I was going to my boyfriend's house, but I didn't
You
want
look
to.
so pretty to go to a...
Well, I was at the pub waiting for him to come get me.
Real quick.
Come on out, Fred. You said you got some up there?
No, I don't. I was kidding.
Well,
Okay.
not something to joke
I
about.
gotta kind of check.
Really?
I'm not gonna do a whole...
I was
Hey,
kidding.
before she does that, let me ask you. I just talked to your mom on the phone, and she said that you didn't pay your bill at some bar last night.
No, because this happens to me all the time.
Well, if you didn't have money to pay
I
your bill
did
last
have
night,
money. I have
why would you come
$7.5 million.
Okay, all right.
All right. He has to ask
He's
you
being
a
an
question.
asshole.
No, he's asking you a question. This is
My dad did 44 years in the NYPD. I did 20 years in the NYPD.
Okay, so
I'm retired.
No, you're not.
do you have anything up your hoo-ha?
No.
God, I don't want to look.
I know.
Come on.
I don't.
I'm
don't.
gonna check it.
I can't even. I
Just at least do a pat down.
Step out
I
of the
can't. Thing because my legs are stuff because they're chubby.
You're athletic. You're not chubby. And don't call us chubby, woman. All right, just put your stomach up there. Your dress is so cute. All
Yeah, thank you.
right.
I need my bag. And
Go ahead. We're going to get it. But go ahead.
thank you.
All right.
Here's the legal bottom line. Based on the footage, she is arrested after failing to pay a $300 is covered by Florida Statute 509.151 as a second-degree misdemeanor. Now, be careful, an arrest is not a conviction. I did not find a verified later court disposition in the sources reviewed, but the lesson is real. If you can't pay, you need to communicate that before the transaction becomes complete, not after the food is gone and the excuses start piling up, and tactically. Once police arrive, charm, chaos, and name-dropping do not replace a lawful resolution. Listen, what do you think matters more in a case like this? The intent she had when she ordered, or the way she acted once it was time to pay?